Good morning, friends. Welcome to the uh, Nick current session. In this session, we will study the about the assembly language programming. So let's start the topic assembly language. What is the use of assembly language in a programming area? So here I give the presentation about the assembly language. Each person, each personal computer has a microprocessor and that manages the computer's arithmetical, logical, and control activities. Means each person will have the microprocessor and that manage all the things, that is arithmetical, logical, and control activities. Each family of the processor has its own set of instruction for handling the various operations, such as getting input from the keyboard, displaying information on the screen, and performing various other jobs. These sets of instruction are called as a machine language instruction. This set of instruction is called as a machine language instruction. Means here it clearly says that each personal computer has a microprocessor that manages all the computer things, that is arithmetical, logical, or control activities. Okay, so here each personal computer means म्हणजेच सर्व जे कम्प्युटर असतात त्या कम्प्युटरमध्ये जे काही मायक्रो प्रोसेसर असेल तो प्रोसेसर म्हणजे तो प्रोसेसर सगळेच ऑपरेशन मॅनेज करण्याचं काम करतो. जसं की अरिथमेटिक ऑपरेशन करायचं आहे किंवा काही लॉजिकल डेटा मॅनेज करायचं आहे किंवा काही कंट्रोल ॲक्टिव्हिटीज करायच्या आहेत. ते सर्व फंक्शन हा मायक्रो प्रोसेसर परफॉर्म करत असतो. आता प्रत्येक कम्प्युटरमध्ये वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचा मायक्रो प्रोसेसर राहू शकतो. म्हणजेच काय की कोणत्यातरी तो फॅमिलीमधून बिलॉंग करेल आणि त्यामुळे त्याचे जे इन्स्ट्रक्शन सेट असतील, त्या इन्स्ट्रक्शन सेट हे स्वतःचे इन्स्ट्रक्शन सेट राहतील त्या फॅमिलीचे. जसं आता कोर टू ड्युअल आहेत, तर कोर टू ड्युअलचे वेगळे असतील. आयक्वॅड फॅमिली आहेत, आयक्वॅड फॅमिलीचे इन्स्ट्रक्शन सेट वेगळे असतील. 8086, 8085, 4004, 4008, 8008 हे सर्व मायक्रोप्रोसेसर फॅमिलीज आहेत आणि प्रत्येक मायक्रोप्रोसेस फॅमिलीज चे स्वतःचे इन्स्ट्रक्शन सेट असतील आणि ते त्यामुळे त्या इनपुट घेणे कीबोर्डकडून किंवा आउटपुट डिस्प्ले करणे कम्प्युटरवर. तर हे जॉब करताना ते काही सेट ऑफ इन्स्ट्रक्शन यूज करतात अँड दॅट सेट ऑफ इन्स्ट्रक्शन इज कॉल्ड ॲज अ मशीन लँग्वेज इन्स्ट्रक्शन. ओके. A processor understands only machine language instruction which strings of ones and zeros. तर आपल्याला सर्वांना माहीत आहे की प्रोसेसर फक्त दोनच सिम्बॉल समजत असतो, दॅट इज अ स्ट्रिंग्स ऑफ वन्स अँड स्ट्रिंग्स ऑफ झिरोज. म्हणजे वन आणि झिरो फक्त अंडरस्टँडेबल असतात, बायनरी सिग्नल्स फक्त समजत असतात. तर यांच्या कॉम्बिनेशनमध्ये स्ट्रिंग्स ऑफ वन्स अँड स्ट्रिंग्स ऑफ झिरोज फक्त ते समजत असतात. मशीन लँग्वेज इज टू ॲब्स्कर and complex for using in software development. The machine language is very difficult to understand, so therefore it is very complex to use in the software development area. So the low level assembly language is designed for specific family of processor. But so the low level assembly language is designed for the specific family of processor that represent the various instruction in symbolic code and more understandable form. So assembly language is a low level language, and that language are designed specially for the processors, especially for the processors, and that represent the various instruction in symbolic code and more understandable form. So that is about the assembly language. Now here we see the advantages of assembly language. Having an understanding of assembly language make one aware of how the program interface with operating system, processor and BIOS. Firstly, we have to need having the understanding of assembly language. We must have some awareness. One of them is how the program interface with the operating system or a processor or BIOS. Second, how data is represented in memory and other external devices. Means second thing we have to aware, that is the interface interface and representation. How the data representation. Second thing is the data representation with memory and other external devices. Third, how the processor access and execute the instruction. What third thing, third awareness thing is a process. How the processor access and execute the instruction. How it perform the execution of instruction and access the instruction. Then next awareness is how instruction access and process the data, and last is how program access the external devices. So these are the awareness we have to understand in assembly language. So other advantages of using assembly language are it requires less memory and execution time. Other advantage of using assembly language are it requires less memory and execution time. It allows hardware specific complex job in an easier way, and it is a way more suitable for the hardware programming. It is suitable for time critical jobs. It is more suitable for writing interrupt service routines and other resident program. So these all are the advantages of assembly language programming. So now we have to study the assembly language program structure. An assembly language program can be divided into three sections, that is a data section, BSS section, and text section. So there is a three section in the assembly language program. So first we have to first see the data section. The data section is used for declaring initialized data or constants. Data section is used to declare the initialized data or constant. Means we have the data section we use for declare or initialize the data or constants. I mean we can start here data, we can set the data, or we can create the data or constant. This data does not change at runtime, and the data that you initialize or create the data that in the data section, that data does not change at runtime. You can declare various constant values, comma file names or a buffer size, etc. in this section. Also in the data section you can also declare the constant value, file names, and the buffer size, etc. The syntax for declaring data section is section dot data. How to declare the data section? Section dot data is the way of declaring the data section. Now second section is the BSS section, and this section is used for declaring the variables. The syntax for declaring BSS section is section dot BSS. Now third section is a text section. Here this section is used for keeping the actual code, and this section must begin with the declaration, that is global underscore start, which tells the kernel where the program execution begins. The syntax for declaring text section is section.text global underscore start. Okay, this is the text section and it keeps the actual code in a text section. The section must be begin with the global start, and which tells the kernel where the program execution begins. Okay, now comments. Assembly language program begins with the semicolon. Assembly language program comment assembly language comment begins with the semicolon. It may contain any printable character including blank. It can appear or line by itself like any other high level languages. There is also an comment section. This program displays a message on the screen. Here we give the comment. Comment means it tells to the compiler this line after encounter the semicolon, and it tells to the compiler this is only for user understanding. It's not, there is no need to translate or execute that line into the program. So here we can see the assembly language. We have to see the assembly language statements. Assembly language program consists of three types of statements. First is a executable instruction or instruction. Second, assembler directives are a pseudo ops and macros, pseudo operations and macros. So in a assembly language statement, there are three types of statement. First is executable instruction or instruction. Second is assembler directives or pseudo ops, and macros, assembler directives. Means executable instruction and assembler directives are there and macros are there. The executable instructions are simply instruction and that tells the processor what to do. Executable instruction are the simple instruction and it tells to the processor what to do. It means which type of operation to do. Each instruction consists of operation code, that is a opcode, and each executable instruction generate one machine language instruction, and each executable instruction generate one machine language instruction. The assembler directive or pseudo ops tells the assembler about the various aspects of assembly process, and these are non-executable and do not generate the machine language instruction. Macros are basically a text substitution mechanism. Macros are basically a text substitution mechanism. Syntax for assembly language statements. So here we have to study the syntax of assembly language statement. Assembly language statements are entered one statement per line. Each statement follows the following format, that is label, mnemonics in bracket operands and in bracket comment. That is the structure of statement in assembly language. The field in the square bracket are optional. A basic instruction has two parts. The first one is the name of instruction or the mnemonics which is to be executed. The first one is the name of instruction and we called it mnemonics and which is to be executed. And the second are the operands or the parameters of the commands. Following are some example of typical assembly language statements. In inc count, increment the memory variable count. Move total 48 means transfer the value 48 into the memory variable total. Total add age comma bh. Add the content of bh register into the age register. And mask 1 comma 128. Perform AND operation. On the variable mask 1 and 128. Now there is an one program given, that is a hello world program in assembly. The following assembly language code display the string hello world on the screen. So this is the structure of assembly language program. We have to watch it. After that we need after writing the program, the second step is a compiling and third step is a linking. Here we use a compiler, that is an ASM, as well as TASM we can use. So you can see here the program code section. There are three sections: text section, BSS section, and one is a, you must watch in the previous section. Section.text global underscore start must be declared for linker ID, and then underscore start tells the linker entry point. Move ECX comma message to write, move ebx, file descriptor std out, move eax, comma 4, system call number system write, int 0 into 80, that is a call of kernel, move eax, comma 1, system call number or a system underscore exit, int 0 into 80, call kernel. Now second section is a data section, and here we message, we have to print that we have to write the program to print the message, that is hello world. So in the section data section we have to write it, message msg db. Db means data byte, and what is our data byte? Hello world, hello world, and hello world is included in a single quote, comma 0xa, string to be printed, length equal eku dollar msg, length of the string. When the above code is compiled and executed, it will produce the following result, that is hello world. So that's it about the assembly language program. Again, we have to study the assembly language program. So the another things will be continued in a next lecture. So you must watch that lecture also. Thank you.